friends, I'm going to show you how I've been making my November thank you cards for all my customers, and I just think it's a really cute, sweet card. The stamp sets that I'm using are Thankful Thoughts, Swirly Bird, and Time of Year. So these are great cards when you need to mass produce and make quite a few. So I'm using the thank you so much image from Thankful Thoughts. Just put that on my block. And I'm using a strip of Designer Series paper from the Warmth and Cheer paper pack, which I absolutely love. I've been using this a lot. And I've just taken this piece here and I've cut a strip to measure 5.5 by 3/4, which is going to go on my Whisper White card base. And the card base measures 11 by 5.5. So I'll take my snail and add that strip to the top of my card, just like so. And with our Designer Series packets, all our colors are listed, so you can tell which ink colors match the paper. So on here it shows that Cherry Cobbler is the red that is used. So I'm going to take my Cherry Cobbler, ink that up, and I'm just going to push it down nice and firm. Hold it just for a second, and bam! Such a nice, bold image. I love that stamp. Now it's time for the Swirly Bird stamp, and I'm using the little bird right here, and I'm using the nest. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the nest onto my block. These are post-it notes. So I'm just going to take my crumb cake and ink that up, and I'm stamping it on the portion that is sticky, and I'm going to trim that out. I'm actually just going to put this on a piece of scrap paper so that sticky bit is not going to get on my scissors. And once I cut out this mask, I will keep it in my stamp set so that I always have it and I don't have to keep cutting out my masks. Okay. So there's my mask. Now I'm taking the holly berries from this fabulous Hostess stamp set called Time of Year, and I've cut another mask of the holly. Now this is a little bit tiddly piddly because it's so tiny, but I just keep it in the set so I don't have to do it over and over again. So I'm taking my Cherry Cobbler marker and I'm coloring in the 3 berries. Next I'm taking my Old Olive, coloring in the holly leaves. And I'm just going to stamp them right there like that. So I'm going to put my mask on the holly. Then I'm inking up my nest using crumb cake, and I'm going to stamp right on top of that holly. Just like that. And I'm stamping on my foam paper piercing mat because it works so much better with the photopolymer stamps. And I'm just putting my nest mask on top of that holly. I'm going to ink up my bird with Pool Party, and I'm stamping him so that he's not on top of the holly but slightly on top of the nest. Just like that. And now I'm going to peel off my masks. So then it looks like the bird is inside the nest and the holly is on top of the nest. Next, I'm taking my basic gray and my basic black markers, and using the fine tip of the gray, I'm just going to color in the beak. And using the basic black and the fine tip, I'm going to fill in his eye. Very, very cute. Now I'm going to take a glue dot, position it right about here, taking my black baker's twine. If you hear a chewing noise, it's my dog chewing on his bone underneath my desk. My dogs always come down to the stamp room when I'm working. All right, so I'm going to place that knot right on top of that glue dot because it will hold that in place for me when I tie my bow. Now I'm just going to trim off the ends, pick up a rhinestone, and put that right in the center of my bow. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take my fine tip glue and add a little drop to each berry. Now I'm just taking my dazzling diamonds, sprinkling on top and tapping it off. And there's the card complete. Really easy, but I really like how these cards look. Here's a couple other ones that I've made. I already mailed out lots today. I just spent an hour and made a whole whack of them, and it's a great way to use up your designer series paper. And of course you can change this for any season, especially with this Great Hostess set, because that could be spring or summer, and then you've got the fall, so you could really customize these for any season or occasion. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Happy stamping.